Given a list of all the positive integers, but a list that's arranged in alphabetical order, not numeric order. So we're writing out the names of the numbers and then we're arranging those alphabetically. What is the first odd number to appear in that list? I absolutely love this question, and I love it because to me it belongs with this class of questions that appear to be numeric but actually turn out to be mostly non-numeric. And being, of course, that there are infinitely many such integers, you might think to yourself, well, it's basically impossible to answer. But that's not true. We can answer it. In fact, it's related to a special sequence on the online encyclopedia of integer sequences, one of my favorite tools to use with students. As I thought, what would be the first odd number? Of course, I thought of the odd digits themselves, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And then I thought, well, which of these would be earliest alphabetically? And obviously the answer is 5, because 5 starts with F, and F appears in the alphabet earlier than O, T, S, or N. But then I thought to myself, well, 50 appears even earlier than 5 in an alphabetical listing, though of course 50 is even, not odd. So maybe the answer is something like 51, because then I get the F of the 50, but it also ends in 1 and therefore is odd. And that's when I realized I was really approaching this incorrectly. Part of what's interesting about this question is that numerically, being odd is all about how the number ends, but the question we're answering is about alphabetically, which is all about how the number begins. And so in fact, it doesn't matter at all that the beginning part of this number is odd, it only matters that the ending part of the number is odd. Knowing that, take a second, think to yourself, what would the earliest number alphabetically have to start with? Have you thought about it? I don't want to give it away. Spoiler alert, here comes the answer. The earliest numbers alphabetically are all going to begin with some form of 8 or 18. From there, we need to think through what kind of suffix, 8,000, 800, 8 million, 8 billion, is going to be earliest alphabetically, and that answer, of course, is 8 billion. And then you think to yourself, well, how do I end this odd in the earliest alphabetical way possible? So we string together 8 billion, 18 million, 18,000, and you might want to say 18, but again, that wouldn't be odd. The best way to do that is to go with 885. And it's that 5 at the end that's making sure this number is odd. I mentioned a moment ago the online encyclopedia of integer sequences. This particular sequence you can see is A108067, the alphabetical listing of all possible integers. And you can see there, I think it's the 8th term in the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Never mind. The 16th term in this sequence is our first odd number, 8 billion, 18 million, 18,885, first odd number occurring alphabetically.